Welcome to the class. Let's start with the new topic that is a classification of animals based on their food habits. As we have discussed in our previous class, that classification of animals can be done based on different three criteria. So what was the first criteria? Yes, classification of animals was based on the presence and absence of backbone. So now we are going to learn the second criteria that is based on the food habits. So in this one, we are going to learn how different animals are taking their foods, right? So that is related to their food habits. What kind of food they are eating, how much time they are taking their food, right? So mainly this food habit, it is dependent on what kind of food they are taking, right? So in this one, we are going to learn how different animals are being classified, right? So let's start our discussion with the classification of animals based on their food habits, right? So what is the food of animals? So see, we all need food to live and grow, right? All of us need some food to live and grow. Without food, we cannot survive. We can survive without food for few days, but for certain period of time, that is for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, we cannot survive for that much time, right? So that is why food is most important thing in our life. See, animals cannot prepare their own food like plants. As we have seen for the plants, that plants can do the photosynthesis, right? With the help of photosynthesis, they will make their food. But we are not having that much facilities, we are not having that much characteristics. Just like plants that we can make our food, right? Because we don't have any chloroplast, we don't have any chlorophyll. So how we can trap the sunlight? So we are not having that much characteristics which is related to plants so that we can make our food. So we have to dependent, right? We have to be dependent on someone. So they have a heterotrophic form of nutrition. Yes, see, we are the animals, right? We also are the animals. So just like us and plants, we require some food. But plants can photosynthesize, so they will make their own food. But we and other animals require some food, and so we have to be dependent on someone. So how we will be dependent on someone? Yes. So we will take other animal sources or we will take some plant source for our food, right? So our food nutrition, right? That is called heterotrophic form of nutrition. Clear? How will you pronounce? Yes. Heterotrophic mode of nutrition. As we have seen for the plants, that they are the autotrophs. So we or most of the animals will be heterotrophs. What do you mean by the heterotrophic mode of nutrition? The mode of nutrition in which organisms are dependent on some other thing for their nutrition purpose, right? Clear? Okay. Now see, the larger and the diverse group of animals living in this world have different food habits. See, the animals are the largest group, right? So this largest group requires some food, but all these animals, all these organisms require different food habits. See, as we are talking about humans, so I will be having some mind test, you will be having your test. We require some food to get the nutrition, but the test of the person, the test for all the animals will be different, right? Some of you will like noodles, some of you will like pani puri, some of you will like South Indian dishes. So our test is different, right? So just like the test, eating habits are also different. So how these eating habits are different? Let us discuss that for this difference that all the forms of life is surviving. See, as we are taking different kinds of food, that is the most important thing. And that is the thing, just for that only we can survive. Why? See, as we are taking different foods, so we are not dependent on only one thing. If in one room there are 100 people, if 100 people are taking only rotis, so after some time rotis will be finished. So no one will be able to get the rotis. So for that purpose, all the organisms, all the animals have to be dependent on different things so that we are having different food sources and we can get them on the required time. Clear? So this is the important thing, that all the organisms or all the animals should be having some different food habits so that each and every organism get their required food. Just imagine, if only one kind of food source is available and all the organisms are dependent on only that source, then what will happen? If the food source is finished, then no one will be able to get their food, right? So if some cat and dog is fighting for one roti, then if dog is taking that roti, then what dog will do or what cat will do? So any one of them can get that roti, but after some time no one will get that. So how they can get their food? How they will get their nutrition? So for that purpose, there are different kinds of food. Okay. See, different animals eat different kinds of food and their body parts are accordingly adapted. See, as we are taking our food with the help of hand, so we are having hand, we are having 5 fingers. But some elephant, if we are talking about elephant, then elephant is having trunk, like this long trunk will be there. With the help of their trunk, they will take their food and take it into their mouth. So all the animals are eating different kinds of food and they will be having different body adaptations to take their food. Okay. Now see, adaptability and availability. So what we are trying to say? Adaptability and availability. So this adaptability and availability are the two main reasons for an animal to have a specific food habit. See, I am having my food habit, you are having your food habit. So we are adapted to get their food, right? See, if I am taking rotis or sabji, dal, so these are my food adaptations, that I am adapted to that kind of food. But if someone gives me grass, then I'm not adapted to eat grass. Why? Because my body is not adapted to that kind of food, right? And if availability, see, if we are focusing on one kind of food, it should be available to us. So these two things are very much important. If I like rotis to eat, I don't like any other thing to eat, then roti should be available to me. But if roti is not available to me, then what I will do? I will not get my food. So there should be availability as well as adaptability. My body should get adapted to that kind of food, as well as the food should be available to me. So that's why these two things are very much important. That is adaptability as well as availability. Okay. Now see, based on the type of food that an animal eats, they have been divided into 5 major groups. What kind of food they are taking, right? So what kind of food is available to them and what kind of food they are adapted to that, right? So based on that, we are having different 5 groups. So that is the second criteria. Based on their different food habits, we are having classification of animals. So what are the 5 groups? Here we have, the first is herbivores. The second one we have carnivores. The third is omnivores. Fourth is scavengers and fifth is parasites, right? So we are having 5 groups. Remember these 5 groups of animals based on their eating habits, right? So what are these 5 groups? That is herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, scavengers and parasites. Clear these things? Remember these 5 words, okay? What are the 5 groups? Herbivores, carnivores, omnivores, scavengers and parasites. So these 5 things are very much important based on their food habits. So what is the first one? That is the herbivores. Now what do you mean by the herbivores? Okay. So let us start with the herbivores. So the animals which eat plants. See, whenever the word herbivores is there, you have to remember the animals which eat only plant products. Plant, or you can say plant products. So the animals who is taking plant or plant related products are called herbivores. Clear this thing? Remember this thing very much. Okay. The herbivores meaning is the animals which are taking plants or plant related products. Clear up to this? Okay. Now do you know any animal who is taking plant taking? The plant products? Yes. See, you know the cow, right? Cow, goat, they are the herbivores. Why? Because they are taking the plant related products only. They are eating grass. So they are taking plant products. So they are herbivores. So they have adaptation to break, graze, chew, and digest plant products. See, they are having that much adaptations so that they can break down this plant products and they can digest it very well. So if to get the nutrition, these steps are required. First, you are adapted to take this food. Then you are having adaptations to chew this food in your mouth. And after that, your body should get adapted to digest that kind of food. Now you know about the digestion. Digestion, that means what are the components which are present in that kind of food. You should get that proportions, right? You should get that much amount of component to get your nutrition, right? So how will you digest it? You should be having that much adaptations. So these herbivores are having that kind of adaptation so that they can break, graze, chew and digest this plant products. Now see, these animals have sharp front teeth. Remember this part. These herbivores are having sharp front teeth. They are known as incisors. See, this is a type of the teeth called incisors, okay? Or you can say incisors. But mostly we are saying incisors, which helps them to cut grass or leaves. So these front teeth in the animals of herbivores are having incisors, which can easily cut down the grass or leaves. Then they are having very strong, flat, grinding teeth. As we are having grinding mixture, right? So just like that, they are having strong, flat and grinding teeth at the back. So at the back, they are having molars and premolars. How will you pronounce? Molars and premolars. So the front teeth in the herbivores are known as the incisors, which will help the animals to cut the food. And at the back, they are having molars and premolars. As we are looking forward to the back, the animals are having molars and premolars, which can help them to grind the food. How do you know this grinding? They are help to mixing them, right? Easily broken down into small particles and they will mix it. So that is grinding of food. So this incisor will help to the cut down the food, and the back, that is the molars and premolars, that will help them to grind the food easily. How will you pronounce this grind? Yes. See, this grinding is called cutting down the food into smaller pieces and mix it very well. Clear this? Okay. Now see, this grinding teeth help to chew the grass. So after this grinding, it will be very helpful to chew it, right? So incisors, molars and premolars. These are the types of teeth which are present in the herbivores. Now see, we are having herbivore like cows. So now we are talking about the cows, that is continuously eating grass and store it in their stomach. As in whenever you observe some cows, they will be chewing something, they will be eating something. So first they will chew it, and after they will get digest their food into their stomach. And they are storing their food in the stomach also. So now the partially digested grass is called cud. What did you say? Cud. It is stored in their stomach. So the partially digested food, if they are taking grass, then they will cut it, they will grind it, and they will chew it. Now this partially digested, because it is not fully digested, that's why we are saying that is a partially digestion. Okay. So after this partial digestion, now the food is ready, that is known as curd. C-U-D, that is curd, right? So now they will store this curd in their stomach. Now say, later, this curd is returned to the mouth in small lumps and the animal chew it again. See, first they will take this food, they will cut into small pieces. After that, they will grind their food. Now they will chew it and again they will get their food into their stomach. After some time, again this cud, CUD, will return to their mouth. After some time, they will start chewing it again. That's why whenever you observe whether the cow is eating grass or not, it will be chewing something. Why? Because they have stored their food into their stomach called cud, CUD. Okay? Now, see what we are having next. This is the reason why a cow continuously chewing even when they are not eating. See, whenever you observe that cow is chewing something, whether the grass is there or not. Why? Because they have stored their food in the form of cud in their stomach. That's why they are continuously chewing it. Clear? Okay. So that was about the cow. Now see what we are having related to grass. Now, as you know that cows can eat grass, but we cannot eat grass. Do you know the reason? So let's understand why we cannot eat the grass and cow can easily digest the grass. See, the grass is rich in cellulose. That is the form of carbohydrate. You know carbohydrate? We are having different components, different biomolecules which is present in the food. As you have heard about the proteins, fats, right? So we are having carbohydrates too. So this cellulose which is there in the grass, that is a carbohydrate. So grass is made up of what? Cellulose. What do you pronounce that? Cellulose. And this cellulose is coming under the category of carbohydrates, right? So now this cellulose cannot be digested by all the animals. See, we cannot digest this grass. Just like us, lions or you can say the leopard cannot digest this grass. Why? Because they are not adapted to eat this, right? They are not adapted to grind this food. They are not adapted to digest this food. That's why they are not taking the grass, right? So all the animals cannot eat this grass. So the special adaptation of the cow to digest cellulose is that they have a large sac between large intestine and small intestine. As we are having large intestine and small intestine, just like us, cows are also having this large intestine and small intestine. So between these two intestine, cows are having one small sac-like structure, right? And this sac-like structure, it is helpful for the digestion of cellulose. So cellulose is digested in this sac by the action of certain bacteria. See, certain bacteria are present in that small sac which will help this cow to digest the grass. So they are having one small tool known as cellulase. See, if we want to digest something, we have to break it down. So this cellulase will help them to cut the cellulose or to digest the cellulose. So remember this thing, okay? This one is for your bonus point, okay? So this cellulase will help them to cut down the cellulose into small particles and to get it, okay? So these cows are having adaptation that is present in the small sac. And where is this small sac? Which is present between the large intestine and small intestine. So what are the examples of the herbivores? Cow, sheep, goat, zebra. These animals are coming under the category of herbivores. The animals which are eating only plant or plant related products are the herbivores. Clear up to this? So, what do you know about the herbivores? Plant eating animals. What are the plant eating animals? Cow, sheep, goat, zebra and just like that. And they are having special adaptation to digest the cellulose. Why only cellulose? Because this plant related product is having cellulose in them. Clear these things? Okay. Now, see, we are having the examples of the herbivores. Zebra, cow, giraffe, goat, deer, hippopotamus, horse, camel, elephant, rabbit, donkey. This all the animals are taking only plant and plant related products. That's why they are coming under the category of herbivores. And what do you know about the teeth of the herbivores? Yes, the front teeth are the sharp which will help them to cut the grass are called Yes, incisors. And at the back, we are having molars and premolars, which will help to, yes, chew. Clear? Now see, the second category is about the carnivores. If the plant-eating animals are called herbivores, then animal-eating animals are called carnivores. Okay? So the carnivores are animals that eat the flesh of other animals. Okay. Now what do you mean by the flesh of other animals? Some part of the animals they are taking at their food. Meat of the animals, right? So the animals are taking food in the form of animals only. So what kind of part will be there? It will be called flesh of the animals. Okay. It may be dead part of the animals or it may be meat of the living organism, right? So that is called the flesh of animals. So whenever the animal which is taking the part of the animals or the animal related product, so mainly this flesh of the animals, that is the meat, right? So they are called carnivores. They will not take any plant products. They will dependent only on flesh of the animals. Clear these things? Okay. Now see, they are solely dependent on animals. Solely means they are only dependent on animals. They don't require anything else than the animals. Tissues for the need of energy and nutrients. So they are only dependent on animal tissues. What do you mean by the animal tissues? Yes, the group of cell is called animal tissue. So these animals which are known as the carnivores are dependent on the flesh of the animals, or you can say the animal tissues for the need of energy and getting nutrients. See, whenever we are storing the food, so we are having the nutrients. So just like that, animals are storing their food, so they will be having the nutrients, and other animals will get their food in the form of this animals, so they will get the nutrition from that animal. Clear these things? Okay. So just like take an example. If one cow is there, that is a cow, right? And the lion is there. So B is lion and A is cow. Now this lion is taking the food in the form of cow meat. See, as cow has stored some nutrients and food. Now this lion is taking their food in the form of cow meat. So they are dependent on the other animal. Clear these things? Okay. A lion has developed special characteristics which helps them to adapt the life that they had, and they can lead their life, right? So everyone has their food habits. So lion has special characteristic to lead their life. How they are living, they can lead it, right? So for that, they are having special adaptations. Lions have sharp canines. See, now this is another type of the teeth that is called canines for hunting and tearing out the flesh of its prey. See, what do you mean by this one? This one is flesh. See, lions have the sharp canines. That is a type of the teeth to hunt the animal. How they will do it? With the help of this canines and tearing out. If the animal is dead, they will tear their skin and they will get their food. So for hunting and tearing the flesh of the animals, they are having the canines. So just remember the importance of different teeth. What we have discussed? Incisors, molars, premolars and canines. What was the use for the incisors? Yes, to cut the grass. Molars and premolars? Yes, to grind and chew the grass. And the next, that is the canines, which is there in the carnivores, which is helpful for the hunting and tearing the flesh of the animal tissue. Now see, eyes of lions are faced in front of the face, which allows it to have a correct idea about the location of the prey. So that is a second adaptation which we can see in the lion. They are having the eyes front of the face, right? Just like us. So that they can easily get the idea where the animal is there, where their food is there to hunt it, right? So they are having this second adaptation. Now they have sharp pointed long claws in their front legs. So in their front legs, they are having the sharp and long claws With the help of that, they can easily hunt and they can get easily hold their prey, right? This helps them to pounce and hold on to their prey. So what is the use of this claws? They can easily hold to their prey. The light brown color of the body of the lion, which will help it to hide in dry grassland when it hunts. See, normally grass is green in color, but when it gets dry, it will be brown in color. So whenever this lion want to hunt something, right? So they will get hide themselves behind the dry grassland, right? So if the dry grassland is brown in color and they are having the light brown color of their skin, so they can easily hide themselves behind the dry grassland. So this were the special adaptation based on which this lion can get their food. And lions have strong legs which help them to run very fast to catch their prey. See, if you want to get something, you will run very fast, right? So just like that, if lion wants to get their prey in somewhat time, it will run very fast. So for that purpose, they are having the strong legs which can run very fast and for so long. Clear? So this were the special adaptations. What were the special adaptations? Yes, they are having the canines. The second, yes, their eyes which can see easily their prey. The third, that is the claws which can easily hold on to their prey. And their light brown color through which they can hide themselves. And the last was the strong legs, right? So this was the adaptation. What do you mean by the adaptation? Yes, the features through which it will help them to get their nutrition. Now we are talking about the snakes. See, snakes use the scales. As you have seen the structure of snake, it will be having features like this, scales. In which other animal you find out this scales? Yes, we have seen in the fish also. So snakes are having scales on their body to move fast on the ground. As you can see, whenever you have observed some snake in one place, it can easily run very fast and move to the other place, right? So how they can run very fast? With the help of their scales on their body. Snakes kill their prey by injecting venom. This venom is related to poison, which can easily kill the another animal and they can get their food. So they will inject some venom in the prey, right? So that this animal, their food nutrition will get killed, and after that they can get their food nutrition from that killed animal, right? Okay. Now then they swallow their prey. So first what they will do, if snake is here and one animal is here, so snakes will run very fast to go there. After that, that snake will inject some venom into that prey, right? And after that, that animal will be killed and snakes will get their nutrition. They will swallow that animal. Clear up to this? Okay. So this was about the snakes. Now carnivores like birds. See, as we have seen that birds are also one category of the animals. So carnivorous birds like eagles have sharp claws to catch their prey and strong hooked beak to tear the flesh. See, now we are talking about the eagle. They are having the sharp claws, right? So this claws will help to catch their prey easily. If they are having the claws like this, so they can easily trap their prey, right? And strong hooked beak. See, they are having one strong hooked beak which can easily hunt their prey and tear the flesh. Clear? If something you are having pointed structure like this, very sharp. So with the help of this sharpness, you can easily tear your food into two parts. Clear? So these eagles are having sharp claws to catch their prey and strong hooked beak. As birds are having beak, so the beak of the eagle is very strong, which can tear the flesh of the animals. Eagles have a very strong and good pair of eye. That is the second adaptations which eagles have, right? So they are having very strong and good pair of eye, which can easily see very far, right? See, this help them to sight their prey far from up in the sky. If eagle is standing or sitting here, they can see whatever prey is there so much far in the sky, right? So they can easily visualize what kind of prey is there and they can easily get to that prey. Clear? So what are the adaptations in the eagle? They are having the sharp claws to catch their prey and they are having a strong hooked beak to tear the flesh of the animal. And they are having the strong eyes, right, which can see easily very far from in the sky. So these are the examples of the carnivores. See, lion is there, snake is there, then wolf is there, frog is there, eagle is there. So these are the animals who can eat only animals or plants. Yes, animals and animals related product, or you can say the flesh of the animals, right? So this lion, snake, frog, eagle, this all are the examples of the carnivores. Now the third category is omnivores. So what do you mean by the omnivores? See, as we have learned the carnivores and herbivores, herbivores that is related to plant products and carnivores which is related to animal products, or you can say the flesh of the animals. So now the third category of the classification of the animals based on their food habitat is omnivores. See, these animals which eat both plants as well as animals. So they are having the both the properties which can eat plant as well as animals. So whenever they will get plants, they will eat plants. If they are having animals, they will eat animals. So both of them are available to that, right? So this animals, this omni is called mixing, that is the plant as well as animals. So omni means everything. Whatever is available to you, you can eat it. So the animals which can eat plant as well as animals are called omnivores. See, they are opportunistic. Just try to understand each and every word. That is, they are opportunistic, general feeders, and not specially adapted to eat and digest either meat or plant material primarily. What do you mean by the opportunistic? See, they are having the opportunity to eat the plants as well as animals because herbivores can only eat plant or plant related products. Animals will only, carnivores will eat only flesh of the animals. They cannot eat each other's, right? But these omnivores can eat plants as well as animals. So they are the opportunistic general feeders. Their food is generous, that they don't require that special food, that they will get only plant related products, that carnivores will get only flesh of the animals. They can eat anything, plants or animals. So they are the generous. Then they are not specially adapted. See, as we have seen for the herbivores and carnivores, that they were having the special features related to their teeth to grind the food, the special bacteria which is present in their sac. They are not having the special features because they are the generous and they can digest either meat or plant material primarily. Clear? Okay. They eat what they can find easily. So whatever is available to them easily, they will get it. They will take it and they will eat it. Clear? So these omnivores are the animals which can eat both the things, that is plant or animals. Now see, human beings are the best example of the omnivores. How? Some of us will say we can take the crops, right? We are eating cereals, vegetables, fruits that is related to plant products. Some of the humans are taking meat, right? So that is the animal related products. So the humans are the best examples of the omnivores who is taking plant as well as animals. Now see, we eat fruits and vegetables when they are widely available and we can eat meat too. So these things are available to us. Whatever is available to us, we can get it, right? So we are the omnivores. Omnivores can switch over from plant to animals food depending on the availability of the kind of food. So whatever food is available to you, you can get it. If the plant is available to me, I will take it. If the animal is available to me, if I am taking meat, then I will take it, right? So whatever the thing which is available to us, based on that availability, we are taking our food. Okay. They have the highest degree of survival in the toughest condition like scarcity of food. See, now what do you mean by the scarcity of food? If the food is not available to you, or if the food is present, it will be in less amount. So that is called the scarcity of food. In which condition? Not animals, or not all the animals, not all the human beings, or not all the organisms can get their food, right? Because the scarcity is there. Now, see, these omnivores are not dependent on only one thing. They can eat only plants, they can eat animals, whatever they want, they can eat, right? So they have the highest degree of survival, because if plant is not available, they will take the animal related product. Or if animals are not available, they will take the plant related product. So they are having the highest degree of survival. But if we are talking about the herbivores, so they are eating only plant or plant related product. But if the plant related product is not there, then they will not survive properly, right? They will get killed. Just like that, carnivores. So if the animals are not there, only plant is there, but carnivores are not having that adaptation features so that they can eat plant related products, so that they are not having that much possibility of survival. But these omnivores who can eat plant as well as animals, they are having the highest degree of survival. So these are the examples of the omnivores, that is a dog, cat, crow, pig, hen, rat, peacock, squirrel, ant, cockroach, bear, lizard, ostrich, bat, opossum, chimpanzee, hedgehog, cassowary, magpie, raccoon, kiwi, skunk, coati, civet. So these all are the examples. As you have seen, lizard is coming under the carnivores category as well as omnivores, as they can eat both the things. Some of the lizards will eat only the flesh of the animals, but some lizards can eat the plant related products too. That's why some of the lizard will come under the category of carnivores and some of the lizard will come under the category of omnivores. Clear these things to you? Okay, good.